back, everyone, to another exciting episode of Kids on Brooms, right here at Proficiency Bonus. I'm your narrator, Professor Spern Spindlewheel. I almost said Spern Spindlewheel. That was strange.
It's your evil brother.
That's my evil brother, that's right. His hair is a little crazier than mine. Well, anyway, we're going to get back into telling our tale of our students and professors in the midst of their field trip. It seems that they discovered some terrible and hostile plant life. Very, very familiar to hostile plant life they have seen before in Professor Halifax's greenhouse. So, we will go back to them and see how they handle it, as they discovered that 4 students have left the large group of students on the field trip. It seems Simon Kettles is among one of those missing. His friend Alan is another who is missing. And you can take it away.
Is their third friend Theodore with them?
It's Alan, not not Alvin.
Alan!
As Professor Halifax calls out into the night sky.
They're gone at this point, right? Wasn't it?
Yeah, Ebony could
just,
just see their silhouettes,
Ebony
like taking off. Yeah, Ebony's the only one that
Just
saw it.
me.
Yep.
I'm the only one that saw it.
You guys are still
So,
kind of talking about what to do with these plants.
I kind of like gesture for Jasper to follow me as I kind of go up and tap Inkwood on the shoulder. Ink,
I'll follow.
we have a bit of a problem.
Yes.
Kettles and
another
his
problem?
Kettles and his dumbass crew are gone. And I think they might have something to do with this and the previous one. They've been talking a lot of shit about Halifax. I think they want to get him fired. But they're gone now. They went south. Do you want me to go take care of them?
I
I can tell them to come back. 4.
Well, bollocks.
Quite.
All right. Your rodeo, Ink. You want this? You want this spot, or you want the troublemakers off to the south?
Why do students do this? Why?
Because they're dumb.
Puberty.
That too.
Fair. How,
Did I mention
They're
it's
doing-
Kettles?
yes.
There's also a bunch of
Something
red
with
caps
sound.
armed with exploding crabapples in that direction.
Yeah.
You probably should be quick about it.
Yeah, how about, can I have, Ebony, can you get the others to the edge of the forest, get them out, and then go after Kettles, with Halifax? I'll take care of these here. I think having more south would be better, and then I'll follow you as soon as I've taken care of these ones.
What should I do,
Cool.
Professor?
Can you come with me?
You can handle yourself, right? Yeah.
Of course.
How about you help with me with these, and then we'll go after Kettles and the southern group. I guess the red caps will have to wait. They're less
Where's
likely to
Sunny?
cause trouble. Yes, Halifax, you'll go with Ebony. Then go south, and then we'll meet you down there.
Righto. And I'll turn around and I'll address the group of students at large and I go, all right, boys and girls, change of plans, single file, quick step, heading back to the entrance of the forest. Field trip has been cancelled.
Aww. Oh, you get moans and groans as all the students are like, "Oh, we came all the way out here for this." Ah.
Mood.
Yeah, it's and
When field trips are canceled last minute because of
Yeah.
a storm or something.
That's it. Yeah. It's like I'm so excited for this.
Just go like,
So they all kind of shut up immediately as Halifax does that. And they start filing back through the trail. Professor Inkwood, what are you doing with these plants here as the rest of the group seems to move away?
I would look at Jasper. Do you feel more proficient in shielding or fire?
I can do both. Whatever one you need me to do.
What I'm thinking is encapsulate all of them and then essentially fill the globe shield with fire to kill them.
Okay. Yeah.
I think that will be just there are other plants and animals here that I'd rather not.
Are you dome
accidentally
fireballing them right now?
Yes.
Nice.
I'm going to put them in a little ball and then fill that with fire.
Okay.
the old 2319 classic.
So Inkwood, are you doing it all on your own, or are you having Jasper do one of the elements of the spell?
I was gonna say we each do one.
Okay. A shielding spell.
What would each one be under?
Shielding is going to be protection, which I believe. Let me double check my little quick sheet. Deflecting dangerous magic is considered flight, and avoid being hurt is considered flight. What's grit? Let's double check grit really quick.
I think it was grit that I used with the shield last time.
Grit might be another option too. We might be able to use grit as an option. Let's see. I'm gonna double check. I only got half of my quick chart done. I need to finish it. Grit includes magic when you want to keep someone safe, either mentally or physical. So yes, grit can also do shields.
There we go.
Yep.
Okay, and then what about fire?
Fire is definitely fight. That is evocation.
Which do you feel more prepared for, Jasper?
I can do the
which
fire.
side is better?
Well, I mean,
Fire?
grit is technically better, but fight is also my second best, so either
Yep.
works.
I can do grit.
Okay. And this is a shield spell, not very large area.
No, like literally like the size of a beach ball, I'm guessing.
But I'm sure you only want it to last enough for him to blow these things up really quick and then be on your way.
Yep.
So that's only a difficulty of a 6 for you, Professor Inkwood.
That is a 10 plus 5, so 15 plus 4. Oh, wait, and that also. So it's a 17 plus 5 plus 4. 26.
26. Wow. Excellent. There ain't nothing getting through that shield.
It's a very good.
That's a very good shield. So here's the question. So you created this shield.
Mhm.
How is he going to get a fireball or flames to kind of pass through your protective magic?
There's a little hole at the top that he can aim flame spear through.
It's like a little funnel. It's a funnel on the
and
shield.
then as soon as the flame is in there, I close that off.
Absolutely. With a
I feel
26,
like with a
of
26
course.
I can do that.
Of course. Of course you can. So you're going to make your roll, and I was doing your difficulty. It's only going to be a 7 for yours, Jasper.
Okay.
So you can roll your...
And do we add a D4 to this too?
Yes, you do, because it's
Is it
magic.
magic or-
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So you roll fight, add any magical benefits you get for fight, and then...
So that's an 8 right there, plus a D4, so 10 total.
10. So yes, you do succeed. Go ahead, Jasper, and narrate your fireball going into this shield, blasting it blasting these plants. Go ahead, you can narrate for us.
Well, I just do a spell that the professor probably taught me at some point during the class, and I take out my wand and just do the right hand motion and the wand motion and say the right word and shoot like a gout of flame through the hole.
And immediately the professor seems to enclose it within that shield as they are holding it with their magic wand as well. And you can see this, it burns up for a moment, and then you can see this strange, opaque, dark gray within. And then as the spell has been dispersed, the smoke just kind of goes into a puffy cloud from being protected, and the shield wouldn't let the smoke come out through either, so it was all kind of closed off inside, and it makes this little puff that goes upward, and you can see that everything within that small circle has been completely torched and is just crumpled to blackened ash.
Good job.
Yay, we did it. I go
10
up for
points extra
a hive. Oh, sweet.
Extra credit. Yes.
The one class he probably doesn't need it in, but it's better.
Or house points or whatever.
That's it.
10 points.
10 points to Evanoches. Hell yeah.
10 plus 10. Avanoches got it down. Excellent. So the rest of you, Ebony and Professor Halifax, you end up leading the rest of the students back to where the duck boats were safely pulled up on shore. Are you going to have them wait there while you guys go, or are you guys going to have them get on the duck boats and start going back across the water towards campus?
I'm going to instruct them to get onto the duck boats, and then I am going to activate a faculty safety feature that will cause the duck boats like a little magical barrier will seal over the top of the students inside, preventing things from getting at them or them from leaving the duck boat, and the duck boat to autopilot itself back to the main facility of the school on its own.
That's a good safety feature.
That's a great safety
Yeah, it's
feature.
good.
Yeah.
It does require a little bit of magic, though, Professor Halifax. So I would like I would like you to make a grit check for me, please. A magical grit check.
Alrighty.
And because it's a little
It's a
little
go
bit
on.
it's a little bit more difficult because it's a larger magnitude or a larger area of effect.
You roll your d4?
So I did roll it. I did roll a natural 20, so it did explode. So my total roll is a 40.
Hell yeah!
Oh, we have a new record. The difficulty was a difficult 12, which doesn't seem to matter.
Wow.
So everything
There's our
that you just
teacher.
said indeed happens. Is there anything else that you would like to have as a part of this faculty safety feature on your duck boats?
Yeah. So I'll take out my teacher ID on a lanyard and I swipe it on the duck boat. To activate the faculty override. And as I suppose as an added bonus, the smooth jazz feature is activated on the duck boat. So this beautiful dome shield covers and protects them, and the duck boat begins sailing off on its own. And on the interior of the duck boat, there's just dun 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 dun.
One of the students on the duck boat's like, yeah, I like this song.
I
just
think
got some points.
there's not much extra stuff I want to do. I suppose
Sure.
I suppose I am maybe in the more of the less tangible sense. Maybe I earn some extra dead points with all the students.
Sure. Oh yeah.
As I'm,
Yeah,
Yeah, you definitely get cool points from
I'm
Ebony.
an extreme dead presence right now as I protect all of my wee little ducklings in their boat.
Plus, so plus 10 to Avenoches, plus 10 dad points to Halifax. Got it.
keep track of those. That'll be part of
Yes, he's a very important leader. I win the
Like a
dead.
Steve Irwin episode starts playing on the inside of the dome, you know.
Oh snap! Yeah, an episode of Family Matters is on the little view screen.
Yes.
I'll give everybody a juice box. And I'll say, all right,
Yes.
That's gonna be
I
right up
steal
with
one of the
20
juice
dad points.
boxes from one of the kids. Like that.
Just like it's like the putting the straw in the mouth and just hearing the taking a drink. Halifax and Ebony, you guys are together now. You guys are watching watching and hearing the smooth jazz play from the duck boats as they make their way back across the water towards the school. What do you guys do now?
Off and away. We got to catch up with the group of idiots before they get themselves hit.
Okay, as you guys are heading back,
and I'll presume I'll lead the way because she's the one who's seen into the future with the perception.
Seen into the future.
Yeah, with Ebony leading the way, yeah, she just charges. She goes right towards that direction where she saw them going. It ends up that the way that you guys brought the students back, when you guys finally get back onto the correct part of the trail and start heading south, you actually bump into Professor Inkwood and Jasper as they're heading back from doing what they needed to do with the plant life. And you guys bump and meet together on your way.
This way.
All right.
Good.
All right.
Thank
Ebony?
you.
It's safely on the way back to the castle.
Safe.
He was really cool back
Thank
there. You should have seen it.
I'll assume the wee beasties have been taken care of.
Plants are gone.
Utterly turned to ash. Yes. Very
All
nice
Hardcore.
flame spell, by the way.
I just used the one you taught me.
Well, you did it very
Thank
well.
you.
Nice.
Now it just seems
All
like
right,
he's
this way.
trying extra hard to get more extra credit. as you guys make your way down that southern path, it's easily enough. You can tell there are one set of footprints that are wet and more damp than the other sets of footprints.
Definitely Kettles.
Definitely Kettles. And they make their way down the southern path. Eventually, you get to a point where you start to hear muffled sound. And it sounds like this. Coming from the trail ahead, around a bend to the right.
How close are we to the exploding crabapple orchard?
Probably still a few hundred yards, you would think. Probably out of earshot,
Okay.
probably.
Can I... What's pass without a trace type spell?
That would be flight.
Alright, I'll try that.
Okay.
See what happens.
I will say the difficulty on that will be... You're trying to cast on the whole group or just yourself?
Oh, whole group.
Okay. So I'll make it a little bit harder, but...
Okay.
How long you want it to last?
Just to get up to this noise. To see
Okay.
what the hell's going on.
Difficulty is going to be a 10 for everyone.
Oh, I rolled a 9, so I will use my adversity token to make it a 10.
All right. So you have succeeded. You guys all feel really light on your feet. As if even the impacts of your footfalls seem to just fall away from you. And you can't even hear yourself walking. You can barely hear your own breath as you breathe. And everything, as Ebony casts this spell, everything seems... It's like you're not even there almost. Completely silent. But you can still hear ahead of you.
I kind of look back at Ink and Halifax like, can I go? Can I?
Can I cast invisibility on Ebony?
Yeah, you sure can. I believe that's also
Can
a
I convince you
detection
to let
kind
me
of.
use the crit?
Well,
I was
let's see.
thinking protect them from whatever is up ahead by eliminating her as a target.
Okay, let me double
I'm
check.
not a target.
Not a target. Ebony just
Not the
comes around
droid
the
you're
corner.
looking for.
I am not the droid you're looking for. Safe mentally, or it says to keep someone safe.
Yeah, it would be to keep her safe.
I want to
not
see if
be a
there's
target.
one that just simply says invisibility outright before I say yes.
I think you should just say yes.
I don't see one that says invisibility like outright, so I'm going to say yes. Because you are protecting, keeping someone safe by
Valid.
masking them with invisibility. The difficulty on this, since it's one person, is going to be 3, 6, 8. How long you want it to last?
Long enough for her to get up there, see it, and come back and tell us what it is.
Okay, so just a few minutes.
Minute.
It's like five minutes.
Yeah. Short.
Difficulty is going to be a 10.
Well, that happens to be what I rolled.
All right.
Once you add everything up.
So, Ebony,
So,
you
Yes.
can't see your hands anymore. After Inkwood
I love you, Ink.
points.
I just rush forward.
yeah, I feel like we've definitely done this before. Like,
You're the best. Okay.
this is the thing.
How's
I can tell us what you see.
How's Jasper responding to all this? Is you're all of a sudden getting everybody's casting spells on each other all of a sudden?
Yeah, like he's basically just like really confused about the not making noises because typically he makes a lot of noise. So he's just like waiting, trying to make wind noises with his hand and like just very confused of like what the hell is going on right now.
Your attempts are you're just going like this and nothing. You can't hear a thing. Like it's like
I intentionally go step on like a branch or something to see if it makes.
you don't hear it cracks. Like you can feel it crack, but there's no sound.
Oh,
it's just like
okay,
no noise.
Mm.
And Ebony, you make your way up invisible. You round this bend, and there are some small creatures in the middle of the road, bound with a rope. And they're gagged as well, with something over their mouth. And they're wearing these ridiculous red, hunched-over gnome hats. And they look like really small, maybe only foot and a half tall little men. And they're going.
How many?
Looks like 4 of them, and they're bound back to back.
Okay. Before I head back, can I guess, do a perception check around this area?
Yeah, sure.
What is that, brains?
Yeah, we'll make a brains check.
Or charm?
Yeah, do brains.
4, 6.
6. You still see the footprints on the ground. They seem to just lead right up to where these guys are tied up, and then continue on past them.
Okay.
It appears like the footprints go around them, as if they just like walked around them or something.
Weird. Okay, I'll go back and let and drop pass without a trace and let the teachers know what I saw in that detail.
Okay.
Just so I don't have to repeat everything.
All of a sudden,
so yes, I explained the scene.
Yeah. All of a sudden, this explanation of the scene seems to come out of nowhere, as Inkwood is actually the one concentrating on the invisibility. So it just kind of comes out of nowhere, and eventually that you can see Ebony's form just start to slowly become ethereal almost, and then slowly work its way back into physicality there from the invisibility fading, and she explains all this to you.
So it seemed
mean-
like they were already tied up when.
Apparently,
past
I
them.
thought maybe it was. Thought maybe it was like they got in trouble, like some sort of scuffle,
Transformed.
and they got turned into those little men, which would be like priceless
Yeah,
and
that
very
is,
karma. But like, I'm
Uh,
not sure. It's weird.
that is what as this is explained to us. I'll turn to England and I'll say you're you're a little more proficient with the more intricate spell work. We are dealing with fey creatures here. You might. Let's go take a look at those lads and see if maybe give a try to dispelling any illusory magic in the air. It's
Yeah.
I wouldn't put it past a group of nasty little buggers like redcaps to be pulling some shenanigans on us.
Yeah.
Wouldn't put it past him either.
I really want to find
Oh.
Kettles
I guess,
for no reason in particular.
I guess start making my way forward until I can see.
I'll let the teachers go
Mm.
first begrudgingly.
Okay.
But after
the red
hearing
caps, yeah.
Halifax's like little thing about the fae, I'm like, all right, I'll step back.
Yeah, I would cast like dispel illusion or anything like that, just to make sure that things are as they seem.
Okay. So, would you be casting that on them when you see them? Is that what you're trying to do?
Yeah, sort of on like the area around them, the footsteps, like just pretty much make sure that there's no illusion like in the little clearingness
Sure.
or
And
whatever there is there.
Actually, before you get a chance to do that, Professor Inkwood, as you walk around the corner and Halifax is there with you, and you guys can see them, and they are indeed redcaps. These little old, grumpy-looking gnomish creatures that look agitated, tied up and bound, and just sitting in the middle of the road. 4 of them, all looking very similar to one another. And the one that's facing your direction, eyes get wide as they see you, and they start to go. And the 2 that are like to the side, like they're trying to like turn their heads, like bound, like look your way. And are you gonna
I'd
go
like
ahead
to still
and
cast a spell.
cast your illusion? Okay.
Yep.
Seeing,
illusion.
detecting. There's one that says like detecting magical secrets. Which one is that?
Brains, maybe?
I think it's brains. Yeah, reveal something hidden. So that's brains. That'd be a brains check for you. And
That
this
is
one.
an 18.
Oh yeah, I'm not even gonna
That's
give you the difficulty because you would have defeated it easily.
21.
21.
Wow.
There is no
I'm good
illusion
at brains.
magic
That's
here.
my good one.
There is there. You can
Then
definitely
I
tell
would
there
like
is no
to-
illusion magic whatsoever. These are indeed redcaps that are tied up in the middle of the path.
I would like to walk over and ungag the red cap that is looking at me.
Okay, you ungag him. It's like, thank you. Can you untie us?
Who did this to you?
It's a strange man in a dark robe.
How many were here?
Just him. He was able to like, I don't know. He could move around fast, like going back and forth really fast. We couldn't see him all the time.
How long ago?
I don't know.
How long ago?
How long was it? As another gagged one is like trying to speak into the conversation. It's like I don't know, maybe an hour, maybe less. I don't know. I'm not good at time.
And what of the students that came after?
They kind of pointed and
Someone
laughed
passed
at
by
us.
here?
Yeah, a couple kids.
How long ago?
Just a few minutes ago.
Okay. Do you agree not to cause us any trouble? If I let you go, and I'll come back and deal with you later?
You see a big toothy grin appear on the face of this red cap. underneath this huge white mustache and beard that kind of hangs down. Yes.
Good. Then we'll let you go later. They're this way. Apparently, there's someone else.
You gotta, you guys are walking by. Wait. The other ones, now that they're seeing you as you're walking around, they're. And you guys are just walking around them and by.
This is why Ink's my favorite. I say to Jasper.
They're
No,
they're
this is
pretty
how
cool.
we know they're not going to cause us any trouble.
Yep.
Okay.
They agreed to it, so I'm just, ensuring.
So you guys are making your way forward. I would everyone to make a brains check for me as you're making your way forward. I'm going to say the
Is this a
difficulty is
stat
going to be
or-
it's going to be stat. Difficulty on this is going to be a 7.
16.
Nice.
4.
4. Would you like to spend anything, or are you good with that 4?
Don't have any.
All right.
I think I got.
Because you fail, you get a 1. You get 1 back.
Cool.
Anytime you fail a check, you get 1.
6. I lied.
6. Would you like to spend any, or you don't have any left?
I don't have any.
All right, so you also are going to take a fail, so you get a 2. Okay, so 3 failures. So Reef, you're the only one that can hear ahead of you. I would say you're probably like leading the way. There seem to be whispers coming from what you can tell is the grove of exploding crab apples. It lies ahead, and you're hearing whispers. And it sounds like the voice of students. One in particular sounds like Simon Kettles. The other sounds like a kind of raspier, older man's voice. You can't
Do
hear...
I recognize it?
What was your roll again?
16.
16. You do recognize it. You remember years ago when you attended Weeping Terrace, School of the Magically Gifted? They had another teacher that did similar things to Professor Oleander Halifax. His name was Isidore Widows. It sounds like his voice.
How did he leave the school?
I would like you to make an
Slash
addition.
when.
I'd like you to make an additional
Straight
brains check with that. Make an additional brains check.
It's nat 20. 10 and 18, so that's a 39.
He was.
We're rolling well today, guys.
You roll your d4? Oh no, it's
No,
a
but
stat.
It's a stat,
Yeah.
yeah. He was let go because he was part of House Villanova.
Oh.
And when the house was disbanded, he was ousted.
Reef swears under their breath. Which does not happen often.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
What's wrong, Ink?
I know who's behind this. And I've already forgotten his name.
Or widows, he said.
Isidore
Widows.
Widows, yes.
Widows. And it makes sense. Halifax, your predecessor, sounds like him. Which would make sense with the plant creatures as well.
What's Kettles got to do with that guy?
I don't know.
Is he like
Is Kettles
manipulating
part of a magical
kids? Mm.
Like, does Kettles have a magic in his family? Like, is it possible that his parents or something were from Villanova?
It's possible. I don't think Professor Inkwood would know 100%.
Yeah, unless because
unless you
I
went
was
to
a
school
student
with
when
them.
I studied
It could have
yeah,
been
but
they could have been a different part of a different class too, so it could have been
yeah.
that.
Okay.
I mean, Simon
I
Kettles, you would
know.
know that Simon Kettles does have other siblings, but they're not old enough to attend Weeping Terrace yet.
Okay.
He seems to be the oldest of his family.
Yeah.
That's probably as much as you would know
Um,
based on your faculty information that you receive when you get your registration for classes. Emergency phone number and all that stuff.
Yep.
Does Halifax know widows?
Halifax does not know widows. I don't think Halifax would know widows. I think he would know that widows left quite a bit of a mess. He wasn't as neat and tidy as Halifax is when it comes to his storage units and buildings were a mess.
Greenhouse.
Yeah, messy
Greenhouse
greenhouse. It was preposterous. Like Halifax can't believe
Disgraceful.
it. Yes, that's it.
I don't know what Kettles has to do with it, but
Maybe
be
they're like
on your guard.
maybe he's like manipulating these kids to get Halifax fired.
Possible he thinks he can get his place back.
Job back, yeah.
Yeah. Just be aware he was rather well known for his pocket-sized creations of varying temperament, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's kept up that hobby.
Well, in any event, he's luring a bunch of students off into the woods on their own, who were very strictly given instructions not to wander off from the group. So I think there's really only one reasonable course of action. Smash in there and drag everybody back to the castle by their ears.
How's
Plus, he messed up my greenhouse. Bastard.
How's Jasper feeling about all this?
It's kind of creepy that this teacher's asking for kids to come into the forest with him. But with him not being like a part of this like world for very long, is still kind of confused and really doesn't know what. He's like just following basically.
Sure, absolutely.
Just waiting for instructions to
Gotcha.
do whatever. So
I would lean over to Jasper and kind of give him the rundown of what happened at the greenhouse.
Mm-hmm.
Those kids like planted these things and were like trying to frame him.
Oh, so this is a bad guy.
Yeah.
Got you. So we gonna do something about this, or what are we doing?
We're gonna mess up Kettles is what I'm gonna do. But I just say that to Jasper. They can have
Well,
widows.
I got
I
you.
get Kettles.
Okay, I'll have your back then.
Thanks.
All right. So are you guys
why you're
just
cool.
how are you guys approaching?
I will attempt to recast Pass Without a Trace.
Okay. Do the same spell. What was the difficulty I said on that? Was it 10 because you were doing it on multiple people?
Yes.
I think it was 10. Yeah,
I
go.
think.
Yeah,
Was
go
it
and do
10?
it's a flight check, spell check with a difficulty 10.
Okay.
Mhm.
I'll get on my broom.
Okay.
11.
Pulling the broom
And I
out.
go up.
Up. You got it. All right. Yes.
Do I hit him, or if I'm casting the spell, or is he out of it?
Sure. Before he goes out of there, I would say you
Yeah.
cast it on him. Yeah.
All right, 11.
So Halifax
cast
is you. Yeah, absolutely. Ebony hits you with this spell, and as you're tearing upwards, towards the night sky, you can't even hear like the wind like wisping by your ears as you're taking off and making your way towards the sky through the tree.
I do like the finger gun action with my wand as I'm like, you all get it.
All right. Anybody else doing anything or want to chime in on how you're going to approach?
Yeah, I think I'm just going to just wait for the professor that's still on the ground to move forward. I'm just going to follow their lead.
Halifax, is there anything in particular that you wanted to do like before anything would go down while you're flying above what you can see?
I mean, I'll go up above, and if I'm sort of generally disguised, I'll sort of I guess if I hear anything, I'm trying to go like up, and then I'm moving, basically trying to position myself directly over where this group of individuals is.
Oh yeah.
And then I'm just waiting for the remainder of the group to make introductions before I do anything else.
Okay.
But if I hear anything while I'm sort of hovering just above the canopy in that area.
Yeah, you can see there is where it gets to the grove is the trees are more sporadic. They're not as closely placed together. It seems that the crabapple trees themselves like to give themselves their own room to grow and keep producing apples, so they seem to be a little bit spread out. In the middle of the grove,
it does keeps the underbrush down when every time one of the crabapples like ripens and falls off the
it
tree.
falls
It
off and
blasts a
explodes,
small crater around the base to the
and it's peppered. It's peppered all around with these little craters everywhere. It kind of makes it's an interesting. It's kind of like looking at the surface of the moon. You know, you got all these different craters around there. In the middle though, there's a it looks like maybe several of them fell off at one time and hit at the same time, and there's this massive crater kind of in the middle. It's a little bit deeper and wider than the rest, and in the middle you can see from above there is a dark cloaked adult. You can't tell male or female because it just looks, completely cloaked, and the cloak is in the green and gold. You see green and gold on the cloak, and it looks as if they're handing something over to Simon Kettles as they're having this short conversation. It looks like Alan is there, and you can recognize the other two students now as you're seeing them from above. One is a young man named Andrew Strix, and the other is a young lady named Azalea Goosander.
Are these all preps?
Not exactly.
Oh, okay.
Azalea, I wouldn't consider her
they're all in that same house.
They are not all in
Yeah,
the
like
same
are they
house.
the same house?
What's interesting enough to you is they all wear different colors. They're all in different houses.
Like one of each?
One of each. Mm-hmm.
Not that I'm there, but I'm curious. Are they typically hanging out together? Like usually? Like is that their clique?
Alan does hang out with Simon Kettles a lot, but the other two, it doesn't really fit their personality to be hanging out with these two.
Okay.
You do know that they're both relatively, they're kind of like Jasper. They're to themselves, very introverted. They don't speak up too much, don't draw too much attention to themselves, but also don't cause too much problem in school to be a target for anybody, for any trouble.
Could I cast like a shield or barriers on the rest of like us three that are still on the ground, or attempt to kind of like doing like a mage armor kind of thing on all three of us or something?
Yeah.
Mage armor.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So I'm assuming that's a grit thing, right?
It is.
For
Yeah.
shielding
How
others.
long do you want it to last?
I I don't know, for like a decent amount of time,
Like
maybe
an-
like 10 minutes or something.
10 minutes? Okay. So we'll go with a few
I don't
minutes.
know what like how more it like
Have you ever cast
increases
this?
the difficulty.
Sure.
So
Yeah, it only increases it by
probably.
1. Have you cast it before? Okay, so the
Yeah,
difficulty.
I think Ink.
I
Well,
would
Ink taught.
probably.
I would think Ink taught us this spell
Mhm.
like early on,
Mhm.
like in a previous grade, like earlier grades.
The difficulty on
And
this.
since I focused in like shieldings and stuff, I
Yeah.
probably would have casted it before. So
Yeah, difficulty is going to be a 12.
okay. Now add a D4 to this, correct?
Yes, you
Yeah.
do. Mhm.
Okay. Well, there's
Oh.
16.
Wow.
Add your D4.
Yeah,
17.
17.
So
Nice.
what does it look like when you cast your spell on them?
I, of course, do the wand motion, say the words, and it looks like some of the like vines or like leaves that are close to the ground kind of like just cling to everybody's bodies and kind of like a protective barrier
Very cool.
type thing.
I will say you'll get the professor that's with you, and you'll get Ebony. But
Yeah,
I think Halifax is probably too far away. You wouldn't probably be able
Yeah.
to do it on Halifax.
I figured that. Yeah, I was just trying to do the 3 that were on the ground still.
Okay. And you guys can see this all together. Do you guys want to go ahead, and does somebody want to make a decision on what to do? I know you guys are kind of waiting on the other professor.
Ebony would go.
but it's up to
I
you
feel
guys.
like.
I think we would go, right?
Yeah, I would go.
Okay.
I would expect the professor to be hot on our heels regardless of whatever decision we make. Whether they would go first or Ebony, it's one of these two that are going first.
Okay, so you guys are sneaking up, and you guys notice when you get closer, you're going really quiet with this pass without a trace. You're kind of diving in and out of things. Once Jasper almost steps on this fruit, this crabapple that's laying on the ground. It must have just landed right and has not exploded. It's been just sitting on the ground, and Jasper almost steps on it and looks down and just slowly shifts his foot off to the side and makes his way over. You do notice that 2 of the other students, Azalea and Andrew, are both holding crabapples in their right hands as you guys are slowly approaching the center.
I'm going to see if I can draw his attention
Okay.
and see if you guys can sneak around him. Get behind him. Surround him.
I will start sneaking like adjacent and drop pass without a trace on Ink.
Okay.
I would like to step out. Widows, this is low even for you.
It seems like the students and the individual everybody turns around rapidly to look right towards you. You brought them out here to me. I was just
No.
keeping them informed. Gotta
Really?
keep these students on the right path.
The path you chose to take? The path that got you kicked out and your house disbanded?
Mic drop.
He looks towards you, and you can see like this glimmering glare of eyes behind the dark cowled face of this figure. And he steps a little bit out of this massive crater in the middle onto the edge, just walking by Simon Kettles. As Kettles is holding some kind of black box in his hands. You know as well as I do that House Villanova was disbanded under false circumstances. House Villanova will always remain the greatest house ever to be a house at the Weeping Terrace School of the Magically Gifted, and you know this, Professor.
I know it to be a lie.
Perhaps
You might be filling the students' heads with wild stories that you've come up with in your addled imagination. At least the students that I teach learn useful skills that will help them to see through your lies. At least those that pay attention in class. There's a pointed look at Simon Kettles right there.
Simon he's just with his box in hand. He's kind of been smirking this whole time, you're approaching alone from what they can tell, and it seems like this whole group is just standing there kind of smirking, and Simon's like, "It's not true." and Widows looks towards you once again. It's like, Villanova will return. The Vipress will once again roam the halls of Weeping Terrace. It's only a matter of time.
The Vipress was burned from the history of this school. Her limb was detached. You feel you can undo those actions?
He smiles and kind of walks back and forth just for a moment. And he's like, "Have you done research on some rare magical reptilian species, even natural reptilian species, have the ability to regenerate?"
Their tails, not their heads.
I'm sorry, Anya's just so good.
As this is taking place, Jasper and Ebony, are you guys doing anything yet? You guys have snuck a whole way around
Yes.
the back. I just wanted to make sure while this was going on, because this was the head distraction. I didn't know if there was something on the back end.
Yeah,
going
I'm
on.
doing something.
Okay.
I'm doing something. I want to mass charm the students.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell them while he's busy with ink, I want to I don't know if this is a subtle spell or what I need to do, but I want to get the four of them to run back to our school. I want them to just keep going.
Okay, hold on to that. Jasper, are you doing anything?
Okay, if there's
as you're starting to see Ebony pull her wand out and look towards the group.
If there's a point where he starts pacing back towards where we are, this isn't magical. I'm just gonna run at him and try and tackle him.
Okay.
That's what I'm. Yeah.
Yes.
Yay!
Professor Halifax, anything that you would be doing?
Oh yeah.
Or preparing?
I've just been waiting. I've been waiting for things to kick off. So what I am going to do from above is I'm going to cast upon myself the old Halifax special, greatly increase my my physical strength and durability.
Okay. Are you casting disintegrate shirt?
Disintegrating the shirt in the process, as is tradition.
Nice.
And I. Upon casting that spell, I'll just jump off of my broom, and I'm gonna Hulk dive, basically just down directly between where the students are standing and where Widows is.
Okay.
In the middle of them. Just
do a superhero landing.
Yeah.
3-point landing.
So it seems that
Yep,
Professor
superhero landing.
Inkwood's distraction was very successful with what they were asking and really drew the attention of widows. So you guys are going to make your rolls. You're going to make, Jasper's going to make just a straight stat fight check to try to tackle widows. The charm spell difficulty for that, since it's a large group, it's going to be a little bit harder.
Okay, I don't know if this changes the difficulty. I want it to be everyone except for fuckface.
You got
Kettles?
it. Kettles.
Kettles, I want him to
oh,
stay
you-
because I got plans for him.
Okay, so you want to all the other students you want to run, but you want Kettles to stay. You got it.
Mm-hmm. Damn, look at that fight check.
Oh gosh.
Damn.
Difficulty on yours is going to be a 12, Ebony.
Okay.
12 for Ebony's check. Go ahead and roll your, I think this is a brawn magic check to enhance your abilities, I believe. Is that what we did last time?
That's what we did last time, yeah.
I think that's what we did. And 3, 6,
Right.
7. This is a difficulty 8 for you, Halifax.
I got a 10.
All right. So you do increase your strength, and your shirt does start to rip and tear. You didn't roll quite as well as you did the last time you cast this on yourself. So it's going to add a +2 temporarily to your brawn checks this time instead of the +5 that you
Okay.
earned from before. I think last time you rolled
Alrighty.
some ridiculously high number. And
Yeah.
it completely disintegrated
it was a
your
lot.
shirt. Yeah. So mark that down on your character sheet so you have that as you
Yep.
launch off of your broom and just fall down to land in the middle of this. You see, as you cast your spell, Ebony, go ahead and you can narrate it, because did you succeed? Did you get more than a...
I mean, I rolled a natural 18
Oh.
plus the one on the D4 plus 4 magic.
Wow.
So yeah, I think I'm good.
You can narrate with an additional benefit.
Ooh, okay, I want Alan, because he's already scared of me, to like get when he gets back to his dorm, he's crying.
You got it. You got it. Done. 100%. So
Perfect.
as you cast your charm, Alan already starts crying. As he sees, as he doesn't really know, but he can just feel that Ebony's there because it's really dark in this clearing, and he just
Ebony
starts
darkness.
tearing off, running, screaming in the background. The other young lady and the other gentleman, they both tear off. Inkwood, they're kind of coming towards you, but you can see fear and panic in their eyes as they just like 30 feet away from you, just coming, sprinting, like barreling through. Inkwood, you notice.
Do not take my eyes off of widows.
Okay.
Like,
You absolutely do. And as you're not taking your eyes off of widows, you see coming in with a spear tackle out from the edge of the clearing is Jasper.
I got a 23.
Sprinting
so-
in and does like the linebacker football tackle on, or basically like a hit that would knock the helmet completely off of another player.
Oh.
As he just
Oh,
spear tackles, drills widows, and they drop into this massive crater that's in the middle, and you just see you hear just as this takes place,
Already
as this
old.
old man gets spear tackled, and Halifax lands 3-point stance in the middle with rips all
Yeah,
through
like-
his shirt.
Did he break a hip?
I like leaned and stood up in front of widows as he's then just like. And I'm like,
I give it
well,
to
all right, I guess that was easy. And I call into the crater. I go, nice form, lad.
Thank you.
Well, actually, Professor Inkwood, as you are so focused on what is going on ahead of you, and you're watching widows get tackled and Halifax just drop in, and Ebony casting spells over on the other side, you hear just behind you and to the left, you hear a massive explosion. And that's where we're going to end today's episode of Kids on
Oh,
Brooms.
shit! Oh!
Oh, wow.
Another tree went up.